So hello children, in the previous video we have started with your miscellaneous examples. There we have seen all the examples from your miscellaneous exercise. Now in this video we are going to start with your miscellaneous exercise on chapter number 1. Okay, so let us begin with. See the first question, it is decide among the following sets which sets are subsets of one another. Okay, so I have to check whether which sets are subsets of one another. Your A, B, C and D sets are being given to you. So see what is your set A. Set A, it is given in your set builder form. Okay, I have to write in your roster form. So check, it contains X such that X belongs to R, that means X is a real number and it satisfies the condition x square minus 8x plus 12 equal to 0. That means, what should I find there? I have to find the values of x which will satisfy this given condition. That means whether I have to factorize the given equation. Yes, and I have to find the solution for it. Okay, is that clear? That means find the value of x which will satisfy the given equation. So how it will be? If I am making use of here splitting the middle term. So x square minus 8x plus 12 equal to 0. That means your product is what? Product is a into c, that is 12. And what is the sum? Sum is minus 8. Okay. And here the coefficient of x square is 1. So directly I can write the factors. Okay. Now product is 12 and sum is minus 8. So whether the numbers are what? Will it be minus 6 minus 2? Because minus 6 into minus 2 is what? Plus 12. And minus 6 minus 2 you will get as minus 8. So whether the factors will I get as x minus 6 and x minus 2 will be equal to 0. That means what are the values of x? X will be equal to 6 because x minus 6 equal to 0. It implies x is equal to 6 and x will be equal to what? 2. Clear? That means can I say that my set A, it contains the elements which and all? It contains 6 comma 2, or you can write it as 2 comma 6, no ways. Okay, now see what is my set B. It is 2 4 6, C 2 4 6 8 and so on, and D, it contains singleton 6. Now we'll see which and all sets are subsets. So let us start with A itself. Now A, it contains 2 comma 6. Check whether it is there in B. Yes. So may I say that A is subset of B? Yes. Now what about A and C? Are the subsets? Yes, because 2 and 6 are the elements of again C. So may I say again A is subset of C. What about set A and set D? Whether A is contained? No, because A has the elements 2 comma 6 and D has only singleton 6. So A is not the subset of D, but D is subset of what? A. D is subset of A we have got. Is that clear? Again, see the next for the B. B is not the subset of A. Again, whether B is subset of C. 2, 4, 6 are the elements again in C. So may I say again, B is subset of C. Whether B is subset of D? No. But D is subset of B. Okay. Again the next one, C. C will not be the subset of A and B because it is the bigger set than your A and B. Okay. It is an infinite set. And what about C and D? The same. C is not the subset of D, but I'll get your D is subset of C. Okay. This was the simplest question. right? Okay, this is the answer for that. It is given. Okay, so the next question. Next question is, in each of the following, determine whether the statement is true or false. If it is true, prove it. If it is false, give an example. That means if the given statement is true, we have to prove it. Okay, we should prove, that means there we have to give that specifically how it is. Okay, if it is false, it is just enough to give the example. So the first question, it is, if X belongs to A and A belongs to B, then X belongs to B. Yes, what do you think here? X belongs to A and A belongs to B it is. Now it is subset. A belongs to B. Now see, suppose if A is my 1 comma 2. Now what is my power set of A? Just I am giving the example. Power set of A, will it contain 5, singleton 1, singleton 2 and set A itself. Okay, and set A itself I'll be getting there. So will I get there? In that case, can I say that your X, that is that 1 was the element of A? But singleton 1, that is a set. Okay, that singleton 1 is element of P of A. I have got. Is that clear? Singleton 1 is already the set, but since I am writing P of A, it will be the element. So if X belongs to A belongs to B, then can I say that X will be the member of B? It won't be the member. See why? See the example. Suppose if A is equal to singleton 1, B is equal to, if I am taking, because the condition is we have to get A belongs to B. Okay, that A is the set. So your set is singleton 1. So that will be as an element in B. So I have written B as containing singleton 1. So singleton 1 and any other element you can write. It is not specifically 2. You can write any other element. Okay. Then can I say here 1 is the element of A. Okay. And A belongs to B. But whether 1 is the element of B here? No, 1 is not the element here because singleton 1. Okay, singleton 1 is the element of B, not the 1. Hope this is clear. Okay, don't get confusion here. Huh? You see here 1, but that 1 is what in terms of set itself. So singleton 1 is the element of B, not 1. Okay, so the first statement, it is false. See the second one. If A is subset of B, B belongs to C, and then A belongs to C. A is subset of B. Okay, suppose it is your B set. A is subset of B. This is the Venn diagram of A subset of B. A subset of B and B belongs to C it is. B belongs to C, then whether A belongs to C itself, whether is it similar to your first question. So will it be true? It won't be true. It is false. See how it will be. Suppose if again A is equal to singleton 1, B is equal to what? It is 1 comma 2. So whether in this case your A is subset of B, that was given to you. Then again you have there B belongs to C. But B belongs to C, that means the whole set B, I have to write it here itself so that it will be treated as an element. Okay. So here from this I can say your B belongs to C. Okay. Then can I say that your A belongs to C? A contains singleton 1, but whether singleton 1 is the element of C? No. That means A here is not the element of C. Okay, and hence that is not true. Hope this is clear. Okay. Next one. Next is what? The third one. If A subset of B, B subset of C, then A is subset of C. See, if A, it is subset of B, B is subset of C, that is B is contained in C, then can I say that ultimately your A will be subset of C? Yes, that means this will be true. Okay. Now, if it is true, what they have told, if it is true, we have to prove it. Okay, that means I have to prove that your A is subset of C. Now, to prove that any set is subset of the second set, what we should do there? Start with an element from the first set. So, suppose if X belongs to A. Okay. Now, see, if X belongs to A, can I say that X belongs to B? Because A is subset of B. So can I say this implies X belongs to B, which implies here X belongs to B. But whether again B is subset of C, so will it imply your X belongs to C? Yes. So what we have done, I have started from X belonging to A and I have got the existence in what? X in C. So will it be your A subset of C? Yes. Clear? So here let X belonging to A, which implies X belongs to B. Since your A is subset of B, okay. Again it implies what? X belongs to C. Why? Because B is subset of C. And hence we have got here, since X belongs to A, I have got it implies X belongs to C. And hence we can say your A is subset of C. Always remember, whenever you have to prove subset first set, subset of second, take any arbitrary element of the first set and show its existence in the second set. Okay? Next one. If A is not subset of B and B is not the subset of C, then A is not the subset of C. That means here what it is, now suppose if this two sets A and B, okay. Now here it is given what? A is not subset of B. Okay, that means A is not fully contained in B. So this may be the situation. Then it is again B is not the subset of C. Okay, now B and C may not be the subsets. So again I can draw here somewhere. This is one of the case I am saying. Then I have to check whether A is not the subset of C. Now in this case, this will be true. Okay. Now check whether if I draw like this, A and B. This is A and this is B. Okay. Here A is not subset of B. Now if I draw a set C like this is my set C, which contains your A. Now whether in this case here what is C and B, whether B is subset of C? No. B is not the subset because some elements are there outside your C. So B is not the subset of C. But whether A is completely contained in C? Yes. That means in this case your A is subset of C. Okay. And hence what it will be? This given statement, it will be false. Okay, so whenever such questions are there, you have to first imagine it. Okay, and then only we can come to the conclusion. So here I'll be having what? A is not subset of C. That means I have to give an example. So try to do an example where A is not the subset of B, B is not subset of C, and I have to write that C set as which contains your set A itself. Okay. So see, let A equal to 1, 2, B be 2, 3, and C as 1, 2, 5. See, C we have written containing this set A itself. So here A is not the subset of C, B is not the subset of C, but A and C are subsets. A is subset of C. Clear? Okay. Next one. If X belongs to A and X is not the subset of B, then X belongs to B. See what it is? If X belongs to A and X is not the subset of B, then X belongs to B. Will it be true? X is the element of A. This is my set A. Okay, X is the element of A. X is not the subset of B. That means this may be the case. A is not the subset of B. Then X will be always the member of B. Is it always true? Now suppose if it is in its intersection, I can say that if X belongs to A, then it will be the member of B. But I may have an element which is not in B. It is not in the common. Okay, that means in this case 1 is in A, but whether 1 is there in B? No. That means whether this statement is true, it is false. Okay, so the example it will be, suppose if you take A as 1, 2, B as 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now here 1 belongs to A, but 1 is not the member of B. Even your A is subset of B. Okay, sorry, here A not subset of B. A is not, because if A is subset of B, then every element will be there. Okay, here A is not subset of B, and again I can find the element that 1 which is not the element of B. Is that clear? Okay, since A not subset of B, I can get at least one element in A which is not in B. Okay, and that element may be in this case as 1. Okay, so the given statement 5, it is false. Next again, the sixth one, if A is subset of B and X does not belongs to B, then X does not belongs to A. A is subset of B. That means your A is contained in B. Okay. Now, X does not belongs to B. X is not the member of B. Okay. That means I don't have that element X in B. Then will it be there in the smaller set? If an element is not present in the bigger set, will it be there in the smaller set? No. Because suppose here your B contains 1 to 10. Okay, that means my A should contain the elements. Since it is subset, I have to write the elements which are from 1 to 10. Okay, I won't be writing the element of A as other than 1 to 10. Clear? And hence, if X is not the member of B, then what we can say? X will not be the member of A itself. Okay, because if it is not there in the bigger set, it cannot be the member of your smaller set. So, since it is true, we have to prove it. What we should prove there? We should prove that if A is subset of B, then X does not belonging to B, then we have to prove X does not belongs to A. Now suppose if X belongs to A. If X belongs to A, that means X belongs to B because A is subset of B. Okay. That means what? Directly can I say that? That means if X is not the element of B, it implies X will not be the element of A itself. Hope this is clear. Okay, understood this one? So we'll be stopping here. No need. One more example we can do because, okay, we have time. So see the next. Let A, B and C be the sets such that A union B is equal to A union C. See what is given? A union B is equal to A union C. And A intersection B is equal to A intersection C. Then we have to show what? B is equal to C. Okay, then we have to show that B set is equal to C. Now see, previously what I have told, whenever you have to prove that two sets are equal, I have to prove that your B is subset of C and C is subset of B. Okay, but now here already we have been given some conditions. Okay, these conditions have been given to you. So using that conditions, we can prove that B and C sets are equal. Okay, otherwise I have to start with element in B and I have to show the existence in C. So you will be getting B subset of C. Then I have to start the element from C and I have to show the existence in B. In that case it will be C subset of B. And then combining you will be getting B and C are the equal. But instead of that, if you are making use of this given things, it will be more easier. Okay, so let us start. So whether we have what? A union B is equal to A union C and A intersection B is equal to A intersection C. Now this is the important step. Okay, what it is? This step should be remembered. This step. See what it is? Can I write A as your A intersection A union B? Because when I take the intersection, I will get always the smaller set. So whether your A and A union B, which is the smaller one? This is my A, this is my A union B. Which is the smaller? A is the smaller. A is always subset of A is always subset of A union B. Okay. So can I write A will be equal to A intersection A union B? Answer I'll get as A itself. And A is equal to A union A intersection B. Union means I'll be getting there the larger set. Okay. So A union A intersection B. Now distributive property you have to apply just. Now here, without using distributive property, here what is A union B? It is same as your A union C. So can I write here A as, instead of A union B, it will be your A union C. And A intersection B is given to be A intersection C. Okay. So will it be here? Therefore B it is equal to, just starting from here, this is the, in general it is written. Okay, we have to prove what? B is equal to C. So B, can I write it as B union, okay, B union B intersection A, that is A intersection B itself. Commutative property is always satisfied. A intersection B is same as B intersection A. So it is B union A intersection B. But A intersection B, is it A intersection C? So instead of A intersection B, we have to write it as A intersection C. Okay, so it will be B union A intersection C. Okay, then just make use of your distributive property. So B union A, in between it will be intersection. B union C. Okay. Now, B union A is same as your A union B, commutative property. B union C as it is. Okay. Now see whether A union B is same as A union C. So will I write it as A union C intersection with what it will be? B union C as it is. That B union C I have written as it is. See till this, see what we have done? We have started with your this set B. B I can write it as B union A intersection B. Okay? Then instead of A intersection B, I have written it as A intersection C. Apply your distributive property over here. So it will be B union A between that intersection B union C. But B union A is same as your A union B, and A union B is same as A union C. So we have got A union C intersection B union C as it is. Now, can I write again it as, see, this we have written, till this we have seen. Now, this is same as A union C, same as C union A, commutative property. Intersection B union C is same as again C union B, commutative. Now again your C here are the same. So can I write using the distributive property? I have distributed this C to both the brackets. So I can use the distributive property. What it will be then? C union A intersection B. Yes, see always, see if it is 2 into A plus B, what you do there? Is it 2A plus 2B? Yes, I am multiplying 2 to A, then plus as it is 2 into B. If you have been given it as 2A plus 2B, what you will do? You will take that 2 outside and write. Yes, the same thing is here. Now here it is C union A intersection C union B. C has been distributed to both A and B. So I have to write it as C. Here it is what? Union. So it will be union. It will be A intersection B. Okay. But A intersection B was same as A intersection C. Now C and A intersection C. Intersection. Which set will be always bigger set? Intersection is always a smaller. C is the bigger. So union, it gives only the bigger set. So whether C union A intersection C, will I get C itself? Okay. So we have started with B and we have got it is equal to what? C. And hence that will be the proof. Okay. One more time you just go through this question. Okay, because all the questions from miscellaneous exercise are very important. Okay, thank you.